Good morning, ladies and gents. My voice, oh my god. Currently, it's 6:19 in the morning. I fudged up and I set my alarm an hour earlier than I needed to because today is a very exciting and special day, okay? I was born with a skin condition called eczema. A lot of people have eczema. I just was so lucky enough to acquire the worst and most severe form of eczema, and how it's fluctuated throughout my life. But the last year and a half has been miserable. I am going to make a more in-depth explanation here in a second. It's just too early for me to concentrate. I have been doing treatments for a little over a year, maybe a year and a half for my eczema, as well as I have to give myself a shot every 2 weeks as part of the medication that I'm on to regulate the eczema. And I've come a very long way, and I can't believe this day has finally come. But I have my final appointment with my doctor to see if I'm done with my treatments. I'm elated. I could not be happier. This is a day that I never thought would come. I'm gonna go get ready and I'm gonna take y'all with me because I look busted. I am so tired, but it's a Friday. So we're gonna start this Friday off right, and I'm gonna see if I'm gonna be done with my treatments finally. I thought I was gonna be done 3-4 months ago, and after my appointment with my doctor, he told me that I still needed to continue, which was kind of a letdown, but I understand. So I'm hoping today that I'm finally done with my treatment. I'm just excited. So this is something that I've really struggled with my entire life. It's affected my self-confidence, it's affected my mental health, it's affected my physical health, and anyone who struggles with any type of medical issue completely understands where I'm coming from. To be in a place where you never thought you would be in terms of your health and your mental health and your physical health, everything. I'm just doing a trillion times better than I was a year and a half ago, and I'm forever grateful for my doctor and for all the things he's done for me, because I have seen a slew of doctors throughout my life, and he is genuinely the first that's sat down, listened to me, looked through my case, and actually been proactive in terms of helping me find a solution to the problem. So today's a very special day. Let's go get ready.
Sunscreen's not good for you.
You're gonna look really ugly when you're old.
Excuse me? Sunscreen's not good for you. Sunscreen is pretty much what the government tells you to put on, and in reality, actually, just milk and some sugar and you put on your face.
No,
and you don't want to get your face fat.
UV rays. It prevents wrinkling, sunspots, and cancer.
Middle Easterns don't believe in sunscreens.
Honestly true.
We have a thermal skin, so you're very tanned.
You can't see it, but I'm smiling so big out of this mask right now. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's do it. You guys, this is so crazy. I can't believe it. Hopefully my last light therapy appointment. I have been doing this for 3 days a week for a year and a half. I cannot believe I'm almost done. So after this, I go in and I meet with my actual doctor to see if he recommends me continuing treatment or stopping treatment. So I get to put on these fun glasses because your eyes have to be protected. Last one, let's do it. So this is what it looks like when I'm inside. Really just a 360-degree view of a cage with these really high-powered UVB lights. And it gets very hot, it's very intense, and it was not a fun process to go through. You have to start very small and work your way up. It was definitely hard for the last year and a half. A lot of pain, a lot of tears, but we've made it this far. So let's go and meet with my doctor and see if I'm actually cleared to stop treatment. Oh my God. Now after you get done with the box, you have to put lotion on because it's very strong, dries your skin out, and it can be really bad if you don't put lotion on. So it's the Lubriderm Daily Moisture Lotion. Oh, I put it on the face. And your arms. Okay, let's go to the lighting room now. Oh my god, I can't believe this is happening right now. Saying goodbye finally. My camera's about to die, but I'm waiting for my doctor to come in. So hopefully, guys, this is the last treatment day, and I'll just have my normal checkups after this. My lovely boyfriend got me a pumpkin spice latte to celebrate, and unfortunately that was not my last light therapy appointment. I thought I was done after today, but they want me to do at least 3 more months, and they wanted me to up the treatment days, but I'm still gonna just do it once a week.
But that's like total 10 times 3 months. At least
10 more weeks, yeah.
10 sessions, that's nothing. We went from 3 pages of appointments to like barely have a page.
Just wasn't what I wanted, but it'll be fine.
It'll be just great. Okay
guys, it's obviously quite a few days later. Actually, it's a couple weeks later from the last clip you saw. So obviously I'm not done with treatment. Unfortunately, that day was not my last day, and even since then I had yet another setback. My last treatment that I went in for Friday of last week, I believe, so a week ago, I had a really bad reaction to the light therapy and ended up getting 2nd-degree burns on my neck and my arm. So I had to cancel my appointment this week, and they put me on a medication. I feel fine, like I wasn't in pain or anything, but my skin is prone to blistering because of my eczema. So it was just like a whole ordeal, and I just got so frustrated. But I actually attempted to film this section of the video twice already, and both times, as you can see, my skin was just not having it at all. Absolutely horrific and upset and not happy with me. Since then, I have kind of, and I see this very lightly because I pray that it's going to stay this way. As you can see right now, I'm wearing makeup, which is not something I get to do very often, but I have found a couple products that have worked wonders for my skin, and a makeup regimen where I feel confident and beautiful, which is not something I get to say very often, and it actually agrees with my skin. So if you guys do want an updated daily makeup routine or just like an updated skin routine, please let me know, because I would love to make that for you. So eczema, if you have never heard of it, it's also known as atopic dermatitis. That's the more medical term for it. It can be something you're born with, or it can be something that you develop in early childhood, is when most people see it. I was born with it. My dad has it, but he didn't have it nearly as severely as I do, and my twin brother didn't have any of it. My mom doesn't have any of it, so it was really just me that had the problems with it. But it is defined as a medical condition in which patches of the skin become rough and inflamed, with blisters occurring that causes itching and bleeding, and sometimes results in a reaction from irritation, but more typically having no obvious external cause. I was born with the most severe form of it. This was the worst it's ever been in my entire life. I've always had skin issues. I've had chickenpox twice. I've had impetigo. I get hives really easily. I'm very sensitive to like chlorine, the sun. I burn super easily. I've had sun poisoning 3 times. My skin sucks. It really does. I'm lucky enough that I've never suffered with acne, but my eczema has caused me a lot of problems, a lot of health issues, and a lot of just like physical and emotional turmoil. I mean, obviously when you're covered in blisters, you don't feel very cute. And when I started dating my boyfriend, he, for whatever reason, stayed, and he went to a bunch of my doctor's appointments with me, and he was like kind of my at-home nurse for a while. I was so embarrassed by it. Like, it would get so bad that he would have to like give me showers sometimes because I would be in so much pain. I couldn't move, like I couldn't bend my arms or lift my arms. arms because I was in so much pain because I was just covered in blisters and I had open wounds on my hands. It was rough. I went through it. But as we can see right now, I'm doing much better. And this doesn't happen all the time. I go through phases where it'll be really good for a couple of weeks and then it'll be really bad. In the wintertime, it tends to get worse because when it's colder, it gets drier. But with that being said, it feels so much better in the winter. I can't stand being in the heat. It absolutely kills me. Now, in terms of my treatment, I have at least 3 to 4 months left of light therapy, and even then it could go further, but I wanted to go a little bit more in depth of what exactly I do for my eczema. So the biggest thing that I do obviously is the light treatment, which you guys saw in the beginning of the video. Now the second biggest thing that I do is I am on a medication called Dupixent. So this is an injectable medication. I have to give myself a shot every 2 weeks, and I've been doing that for 1.5 years. So I started doing that right around the time that I started light therapy. Now this specific medication, it takes about, they say it can take up to 12 weeks for your body to get acclimated to it, so you don't know if it's gonna work for up to 12 weeks. So it was definitely a hard transition at first because giving yourself a shot is just not comfortable at all, and anyone who has to do that, it sucks, but you get used to it, and now it hardly phases me at all. Like, I'm so used to it. I know how to do it. I know where to do it where it doesn't hurt very much. What you doing? Wrigley wanted to be a part of the show again. I do have my own sharps containers and all those other biohazard regulated things that I can do this at home, and I don't have to go into my doctor's office every 2 weeks to get this shot done. On top of that, I have a topical medication that I am prescribed. I don't use this very often. I actually hardly use it ever, just because throughout my eczema journey, topical medications have not worked for me, and I genuinely mean I have tried every single one of them under the sun. One of the bigger well-known ones, Eucrisa, if you've ever heard of that one, I'm actually like severely allergic to that, and that was one of the most painful experiences of my life when they put me on that medication. Wriggles. Yes, that sucked. Cortisone, you can get it over the counter or you can get it just at like any drug store from your pharmacy. I've tried that, and then I won't even go into the amount of other ones because I couldn't even name them all. Literally, when me and John moved out of our apartment a couple months ago, I had an entire box filled with different types of topical medications that I had to drop back off at the pharmacy because I never ended up using them. But it sucks. So I do have one that I use only if my skin is really, really bad. Now the reason why I don't love using it is because it makes my skin feel very hot. Like, it doesn't burn and it's not uncomfortable. Basically, I can feel the temperature in my skin like rise, and especially when I'm wearing a mask, it is so freaking uncomfortable. Like, I feel like I'm in a sauna and I have like a sunbeam beating right down on the same spot wherever I had to put it on. So I don't use that very often. Other products that I've come to find that work really well for me, Aveeno, they have a whole line of eczema products. It's just a drugstore product you can go get. Anything that has like oatmeal extract or oatmeal in it is a great product for eczema. It's really soothing for dry skin, eczema prone skin, psoriasis, things like that. So I have one of their face serums that has oatmeal in it, and then I have their eczema body lotion, which is what I use when I get out of the shower. Works wonders for me, as well as Frank Body. Now one day I pray that I can work with Frank Body because I swear by them. I started using them in high school, and not because of my eczema, but because I was a high school teenage girl and I kept seeing this great product all over like Instagram, and I wanted to be like the cool kids and try it out, and I tried it and I was like, this is a game changer. So to this day I still use it. My friend Olivia got it for me for my birthday because I go through it so much. But it's a coffee scrub that you use in the shower. It's vegan, all natural, and it's so moisturizing. It's genuinely the only thing that I'll use to exfoliate my skin anymore. I do have a couple other products that I've gone through my BoxyCharm that I like to use, but I could only use them like once a month, if that. Like, I have to be very careful with what I put on my face and the types of exfoliants that I use. But Frank Body, I can use it all over my body and I can use it all over my face, and it kind of just like gets rid of that extra layer of dead skin, any of the irritated skin, and it's so moisturizing. So I love Frank Body, as well as Aquaphor. Aquaphor is the best thing to ever happen to my skin. I swear by it. Aquaphor is almost like Vaseline. I found out about Aquaphor because when I got my first tattoo, my tattoo artist recommended me getting it to protect the wound of my tattoo, and then after I got it I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I used to use it out of the tub, but it wasn't very what's it called? Oh my god, what is it called? Sanitized. That's what I'm looking for. It's not very sanitizing. So I ended up getting the spray bottle of it and it works a lot better. I really like it. Sometimes I'll do the slugging method. You basically just like slab a bunch of Aquaphor or Vaseline all over your face before you go to bed, and it really, really moisturizes your skin. Lauren Giraldo taught me that, so love her videos. Her channel is linked down below. You should watch her because she's hilarious and she's great. Anywho, those are kind of like the main products that I use for my eczema, but my camera is about to die, so if you aren't already, please subscribe to my channel, check out my Instagram, and I will see you guys next week with an all new video. Bye.